Good afternoon, sports fans. Claire Ostring ringing in game 38 here between WA and ACT. Sitting alongside me, Aussie Steelers cap number 123, Josh McGovern. Welcome, Joshua. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Claire.
So, straight into it. It looks like the statisticians are ready, the umpires are ready, the players are certainly ready. Leading things off for ACT, Madison Tough. Good aggressive start, swinging at the first one. One strike straight away. In the circle for WA, the lineup that we had been given, it does have Alyssa Charter-Smith. However, I would imagine at the plate meeting they brought the DP into defensive position 1 because that is Brianna Evans out there in the circle for WA. So Brianna Evans working in the circle for WA, pitching to Ashlyn Hayes.
Brianna Evans actually from New South Wales, but softball WA picked her up on the draft as that one's fouled off. The ACT girls actually familiar with Bri Evans. She came down and pitched for my team at the Canberra Women's Skins just in December.
Nice.
So a lot of these ladies have faced her not too long ago.
So the starting batting lineup for ACT, Maddie Tuff, Heidi Bell, Tess Henman, Abigail Tosick, Denny Curcio, thank you, Samantha McCready, Paula Zaballero, Sarah Nolan, Kalani Silu, and the flex, Tioni Lamb. So back to Tough in the box here. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count as she makes contact and drops it in to left center field. Slight bobble after the fact on that had her thinking that she might be able to sneak her way over to second, but stays at first. So as we said, we've got Brianna Evans pitching for WA, and catching for her is Ashlyn Hayes. Pardon me. At first base, Willow Swinton. Maybe Joshua can take over.
At first base we have Willow Swinburne. At second base, Olivia Kuzminskin, but I'm pretty sure it's Kaminsky.
Yep.
On the lineup, it's different. As that's went at by Heidi Bell. At third base, we have Jemima Raymond. Shortstop, we have Maddie Schofield. Left field, we have Jamie Lee Rowe. In center field, we have Sarah Rio. And in right field, we have Tara Lee Hopkins.
Well done, thank you.
Great piece of hitting there by Heidi Bell. Single to center field. Brings 2 base runners on for ACT Diamonds to start off the game. Brings up Tess Hedman. Tess Hedman is a switch hitter, but has been working on her left-handed batting, obviously because she possesses a lot of speed on the bases.
ACT has come straight out of the gate this second game they played, and unfortunately lost to New South Wales 3-2 in the first time slot of the day, but they are putting in a good effort here. The bunt goes down. The catcher allows it to roll foul. Well done. Ashlyn Hayes using the old noggin there to hold those runners up and send them back to first and second. So 1 strike. The count now.
That one's fouled back for strike 2 on Tess Henman. Tess Hedman's been a part of the Spirit squad a couple times in her career. She does pose a threat at the plate. She'll be looking to get ball in play here. See if ACT can score their first run. As that one's missed low. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Hedman. Could only imagine it would be quite warm in them black uniforms, Claire, for WA in this heat.
I'll never understand how they do it, but they do it well.
Great catching there. Stopping that ball from going to the back fence. Holding the runner at 2-1.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Tess. Punches it back up the middle. The second baseman slides in behind the pitcher to field the ball, and they get the out over at 1. But runners advance to second and third in scoring position now.
That brings up Abby Tosick, who had a great hit last game against New South Wales to score their only 2 runs, I believe, Claire.
Exactly right.
Should be looking to do the same, or if not, at worst, get a sac fly deep enough to score Madison Tough from third base with only 1 out. That ball sent to left field, tagging up Madison Tough. Ball's coming in.
There's a chance.
And not in time. Ball's just a little bit off target there. Good piece of hitting there by Abby Tosick, scoring the run. Madison Tough makes it a 1-0 ball game. 2 outs, still runner on third. We've got Danny Curcio coming up to bat for the ACT Diamonds. Would you like to do the introductions of the umpires, Claire? Saying you are an outstanding umpire yourself.
I mean, I would like to see if you could recognize them, but we'll save that for another day, perhaps.
I can definitely recognize them. That's not a problem. But I'll leave it up to you.
So behind the plate calling balls and strikes, we have Debbie Grove at first base, Alan Walsh, and down the third baseline at third base, Stu Tyler. Yeah, you do certainly get to know certain characters after playing for a few years at certain levels, don't you, Josh?
Definitely. It's good to get on a first-name basis with the umpire too, getting to know them. Especially you see the same umpires for majority of all your tournaments, with some new umpires coming up the ranks, which is good to see. And we see some umpires over in the other diamonds with the under-14s getting the experience and gaining their levels.
That's
I'm
right.
sure there's umpires in the women's too that are probably getting or going for their levels here, Claire.
Yes, there are a few.
Always looking to improve.
That's right. Few under assessment, but we're constantly watching and being assessed and taking on feedback and trying to improve as the game itself changes. So as umpires are part of the game, you know, we have to be fluid and dynamic with that change as well.
As that ball's fouled off to first base. Over in Diamond 1, we have New South Wales taking on the Victorian Titans. New South Wales just won 3-2 over the ACT Diamonds to secure first seed for the finals. Start at 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time here at Waverley. That ball sent down the left field fence line. And that was just trickles over the foul ball fence. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on third. ACT will be looking to get 1 more run at least here in this innings to make it 2-0. As we've noticed, runs have been hard to come by for all teams with the quality of pitching this week. Great catching again there from WA. Stopping that ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Curcio. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Correct. Good job.
Curcio.
Daughter of Frank Curcio, who is the Software ACT president. As she swings at that one. It trickles away from the catcher. And everyone's safe there. Scoring another run via Heidi Bell from third base. 2 outs here. That brings up Sam McCready.
That's such a tough play to make. I mean, obviously the catcher's working hard back here, but it's such a tough play to make with the pressure of a runner coming down the line at you from third. But you're, you know, at what point do you concede trying to get that runner instead of the batter runner? Big hack by McCready, but no joy for strike one.
That one just misses inside. Bree Evans wanted that pitch. That makes it 1 ball, 1 strike, Claire, I believe.
It is, yep. When you're catching, do you keep track of the count?
I must admit, I'm probably the worst person. I'll get told and I'll have to ask them again what it is.
Yep. Depending who's in front of me when I'm the plate umpire, I think, oh, I've got to be on my game. Knowing the count as McCready lifts this one out to right field. Sliding in safe at third. The ball gets away, which allows McCready to advance to second on the bounce. So a single advances the lead runner over to third, but then on the errant throw, McCready also ends up at second. See on the replay there as the ball comes back into the infield. Runner might have already been there, so that throw might have been able to have not happened, which would have kept McCready at first, but hindsight's 20/20.
Great backing up by the left fielder, Jamie Lee Rowe there, to not let that ball get past and potentially score that third run for ACT, who still have 2 threats on the base, runners in 2 and 3. With 2 outs here in the top of the first. And that ball's lifted over shortstop, finds the gap, scoring 1 run. McCready stops there at first. Brings in the 3rd run for the ACT Diamonds. Great piece of aggressive hitting there by Paula. From New South Wales, I believe.
She
Claire?
is,
yep.
yes.
A handy pickup, I must say, for Diamonds.
Oh, in every facet of the game, she can hit. She's a great catcher, and she is a delight to have in the dugout. So, ACT, I'm willing to say, have benefited well from having her.
And I'm sure she's only benefited still playing opens and facing the pitching.
Absolutely.
Which will improve her game. I cast my mind back to the first game of the week where she hit a home run. Runner tries to steal.
And does, but McCready holds up at third.
That was Henman there running for Paula. Henman is lightning on her feet. If you throw her out, you've got a great arm as a catcher.
So inter-squad games, do you guys practice that against each other?
Not necessarily, no. As Nolan swings and misses there. As catchers, at trainings, we practice our throws to every base, but not with a runner stealing, no. I wouldn't like to be that runner. Not because I have a good arm, just because their knee might get a little bit cut up.
Yeah, fair enough. Unnecessary risk and all that. So 2 strikes now on Nolan. The WA dugout had it right for strike 3. And that's the 3rd out. So ACT straight out the gate opens the scoring, 3 runs across, and WA are up against it in the bottom of the first already. While ACT are sorting out their team spirit slappy clappy, we might go through the WA batting lineup. Leading things off, Madison Schofield. Following next, number 33, Sarah Rio. Then 62, Olivia Kosminski. Pitching and batting now, Brianna Evans. Then Jamie Lee Rowe, Willow Swinburne, Ashlyn Hayes, Jemima Rahman, and Tara Lee Hopkins. And with the pitching duties for ACT, we have Tioni Lamb checking to aforementioned Paula Zaballero. At third base, Sarah Nolan. Second, Madison Tuff. Third, Abigail Tosick. Shortstop, Heidi Bell. And from left to right, around the outfield, Kalani Silu. In center field, Tess Henman. And rounding out right field, Samantha McCready.
Tioni, the younger sister of Kendra Lamb, is it?
Yes.
Reminds me very much of Kendra when she pitches. Same style.
Yep.
They have the face protection on.
Similar action, similar style, that's right.
Good to see Tioni get her first shot at open level, seeing what she can bring, and then she'll only benefit and learn from this week. Getting the start here for the Diamonds for their last game of the week. They'll look to finish on a positive note. They've won 3 games so far, but been in pretty much every single game, bar maybe 1 or 2. They had a great game this morning against New South Wales. Just didn't go their way in the 7th innings.
That's right, they sure
but
did.
They would have taken a lot of confidence and belief that they can match it with any other team.
Definitely.
And they'll look to finish this week on a positive note.
And per the rest of the tournament, the WA dugout drumming has started with the first couple of pitches thrown to Madison Schofield. 2 balls now the count. Just up there, Paula just holding it a fraction longer to make sure Deb saw it, but no, 3 balls on Schofield now. Just skims through the bottom of the zone there. 3 balls, 1 strike on Schofield.
Ball 4, that pitch misses low. Maddie Schofield goes on to first base. Good at bat to start, which brings up the dangerous hitter, number 33, Sarah Rio. Sarah actually has played a Nationals for ACT Diamonds, I believe, in Adelaide, maybe 3 years ago. So should be familiar with a few of these faces. As that one's caught a strike. That's fouled behind the catcher for 2 strikes. One thing I've noticed, Claire, this whole week with every team is the talk that all the players on the field just between each other, knowing what to do, what base to cover, has been outstanding.
It sure has. And I will hearken back to the triple play that Tasmania made the other night, and that was exactly what facilitated that from occurring, because the first baseman had come in to face the bunt because she was so far in, wasn't going to make it back to get the runner who hadn't tagged up from first, so the second baseman had filled in perfectly behind her and was calling for the ball, and likewise the shortstop at second base. So you're absolutely right, that infield communication was crucial and has been solid from many of the teams, all the teams throughout, as Rio is on her horse. She puts this one in center field and manages to score Schofield, the lead runner. So Rio parks one in right center field, scores a run for WA, 3-1 in the bottom of the first.
And to back you up, I did see that triple play. That was all over my social media. That was an outstanding play by Pippa Atkins at first base.
How about that?
We normally see her out in left field, or right field. But that was an outstanding play for Tasmania. I was on the other diamond watching the ACT game, and the noise coming from this diamond, I knew something special would happen. As that ball singled to left field, brings in Sarah Ryu. WA with a hot start with the sticks here.
Hit by Olivia Kaminsky. So 2 runs now across the plate for WA. 1 off the back of Sarah Rio, who scored Schofield, and now Olivia Kaminsky scores Sarah Rio. Now in the batter's box for WA and pitching for her team, Brianna Evans takes first pitch for strike 1. Zaballero wants to hold that runner.
As mentioned before, Bree Evans is from New South Wales. I'm fairly sure she plays for North Shore, does she? No?
That sounds right.
That's just fouled off past the third base for 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Evans fouls this one out of play, and I don't know that the spectator back there actually made the catch. It might have been on the hop. Either way, good hands, and thank you for returning the ball. Pardon me.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Bree Evans. ACT looking to get their first out of the innings. As that one's caught strike 3. Great pitch on the outside corner there by Tioni. 1 out here. I must say, Claire, the atmosphere around the ballpark last night was electric. The crowd around the whole diamond too. There was a lot of Victorian men players that I saw also. A lot of Victoria supporters, past players.
Had the feel of a final almost.
Definitely did, and Victoria's been playing very well this week. They'll see themselves in the finals later tonight. Who they play, we don't know yet, as there's still round games going on. We have New South Wales against Victoria, and just behind us we actually have Queensland and Tasmania battling.
So first pitch, we see Jamie Lee Rowe fouling one away, so the runner remains at 1, and the next pitch just missing low and away there. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Kuzminski. I beg your pardon, on Rowe, sorry. Kuzminski is now stealing and makes her way safely to second base. So Jamie Lee Rowe, the batter in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. has a think about the pitch as she runs through the box, but holds her hands and brings the count to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kuzminski waiting at second base, but is advanced on the hit by Rowe, who's played out at 1.
If you are around Melbourne area, pop on down to Waverley. It's a beautiful day here. Highly skilled softball. And it's only going to get better tonight with the finals starting at 5 p.m. Make your way on down, free entry. That ball's fouled back. I'm really looking forward to that 1 versus 2 game, Claire, which it's looking like New South Wales, South Australia. Looks like both teams have been hiding their aces from each other.
What? No.
Nah. That swung on and foul tipped. I'm predicting a bit of an upset tonight, Claire. I know you won't like to hear this,
That's
but I
a
think
big call.
South Australia are going to get the chockies.
No, I'm uninvested insofar as it doesn't matter to me who wins, just so long as good hard softball, as they say, is played. So
Absolutely, which has been all week with good spirit. As Tione records a 3rd out there. ACT leading 3 runs to 2 going into the top of the 2nd.
have another look there at that final K2 of the inning. Thanks for coming. Strike 3. Back in action here as the final chest bumps between teammates are given out. Leading things off for the ACT Diamonds in the top of the 2nd. Also playing in left field, Kalani Selu.
Kalani had 2 good hits last game against New South Wales. Should be looking to finish this tournament strong, as that's flown out to right field and comfortably under it for the 1st out. Good aggressive hitting there by Kalani, just getting under it. And that brings back Maddie Tuff at the top of the lineup for ACT, followed by Heidi Bell just jogging past us.
I think Maddie must have a collection of colored zincs because the blue lips seem to be her thing.
I'd say so, yes. That's bunted down. Bree Evans fields it. Nice play there by Bree Evans. That's 2 out for the WA Flames. Bringing up Heidi Bell. Heidi will be looking to do maybe a bunt or a slap here, batting from the left side of the box, normally on the right, as a few of the ACT Diamonds are doing. Switch hitting. 2 outs here for the Flames. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Bree Evans finding a groove now after ACT came out firing in that 1st innings.
And you'd have to think that that was carried over from the game against New South Wales because it was such a close game, only 1 run in it.
Great bunt there by Heidi. Sees her safe there. Second base was going over to cover that bunt, but got a good piece of contact on that bunt and popped it just over the pitcher's head.
Yeah, that looked like an experienced hit because she was able to just pop it up and over the pitcher. Meanwhile, the first baseman had come down the line, perhaps thinking bunt or slap, but no, she drops it right into no man's land out there and sees herself aboard for it.
As Hedman fouls it back. Hedman, another one of them switch hitting hitters, very fast on her feet. Actually played with Brie Evans at the Canberra Skins tournament not too long ago. Great eyes there, that one just a bit low from the zone.
One ball, one strike, the count on Heidi Bell. Well, holy moly. I don't know what just happened, but a twister just came through here. Tarps are strewn, an umbrella got turned inside out. It's a good thing they've got the gazebos pegged down because that could have been chaos. Holy smokes. As everyone recovers and regathers their belongings.
Shout out to Jack Besgrove that actually just sent me a Snapchat then.
Didn't know Snapchat was still a thing.
The #1 strongest helper in the world, Jack Besgrove. They'll be looking, that ball's hit deep to left field.
Kalani Silu goes the distance. Great range there and makes the opposite side reaching grab.
As I was saying, Jack will be looking to gear up his preparation for the Open Men's Nationals not too far away. I think only about 8 weeks away in Canberra. So if you're around Canberra, pop on by. Come on and watch some high quality softball, just like what we're seeing here. That would have been a tricky play.
Yep.
A full swing bunt.
Bit of
like
a power bunt, yeah.
Sees WA get a base runner with 1 out. Not much you can do there from the defensive side of things.
Brings up to bat Hopkins for WA.
Just missing off the corner. 2 balls. Nice pitch there by Tioni. Getting her to chase one up above her eyes. 2 balls, 1 strike here, 1 out. Bottom of the second. It is getting quite breezy down here, Claire.
Very
like what we
gusty.
said in the earlier game, it could be that's popped over the catcher. Could be a bit of rain coming.
You did mention the forecast and that there was a shift or a change expected. You can see some clouds building kind of out there behind right in center field. I'm hoping, I'm just going to think positively, and it won't happen.
Absolutely. That ball's popped over to Abby Tosick at third. Making a nice catch there. Two outs for ACT here. Bringing up Maddie Schofield, who was the lead-off hitter of the game, who picked up a walk. Nice pitch there on the outside corner. I must say, Claire, the coverage from Spacequake Sports every single time, not just this Nationals, is top-notch, high quality.
Absolutely.
We're very fortunate as players, as spectators, as viewers back at home that can't make it to these tournaments.
A country this size, it certainly helps everyone stay connected, switched on and tuned in to what's happening, and certainly being able to support your friends and family members while they compete or support the sport that they love means a lot. Schofield fouls another one off, brings the count now to 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out now.
Nice pitch there by Tsione, striking out Maddie Schofield for the 3rd out. They avoid early danger in that innings by getting a hit there. But that concludes the 2nd innings. ACT Diamonds up 3-2. After a fast start with the sticks, the pitchers dominated that innings. I'm sure Bree Evans will be looking to get back in that dugout pretty quickly with this heat. I'm sure the heat rule may come into place at some point today. It is quite warm here, even though there is a breeze.
Yes, can confirm we are playing under heat policy. So after the completion of this, the 3rd inning, we will take a 5-minute break. Same too will we at the end of the 5th, should we reach it. And then from the 7th and every inning after that, if we make it that far.
I must say, as a player, that's the best rule.
Yep.
They don't actually have it in WBSC. If I'm stand to be corrected, don't believe they did, or they may have now. But I'm pretty sure from the Steelers team that just went to Mexico for qualifiers, they were playing in above 50-degree heat their first game against Venezuela, I'm pretty sure it was.
No, thank you.
I was watching from back in Canada, and I would not have coped very well. I don't do very well in the heat.
Delicate flower.
Yes, experiencing the Japanese heats with my strongest helper, Jack Besgrove. Just recently, that gets quite hot there too. But no, I don't do well with the heat, and that's why this rule is in place for the umpires and the players. Nice eyes there by Abby Tosick, which brings it to 2 balls, no strikes. Diamond's looking to get a base runner here. And in the on-deck circle, we have Danny Curcio, who did reach base earlier in the game. That one just misses a little bit low, brings it to 3-0. What are you doing here, Claire? Are you having a swing if you're playing, or you're looking to get that 4th ball?
No, I have to admit I don't have the power or skill set to be swinging on 3 balls, no strikes. But Abby Tosick clearly backs herself, which far better her than I. I'm a bit more of an on base by chancer, not so much a on base by hitter.
That makes two of us, Claire, so that's okay.
Okay.
Nice spot there by Bree Evans. Bring it to a full count on Abby Tosick.
Good battle here.
Great battle here from Bree Evans and Abby Tosick.
So I was about to say that, when you've gotten a count to 3 balls, no strikes, the pitcher has to come back 3 times into the zone, which I think most batteries try to avoid, but they were, I think, assisted on the first strike that Abby fouled off. However, that last pitch misses the zone for ball 4, and Tosick is aboard.
If I was a betting man, I would probably put a little wager on a little bunt being put down here, Claire, in a tight ball game, moving Tosick over to second base. Let's see what AC2 come up with here. Just as I drew up in the book.
Great.
That's foul,
Ball, just foul.
Great pickup by the catcher, though. That was a great play. That had to be close in the batter's box, just going foul.
And it kind of fell into that dip.
It did. You can start to see some sizable holes in the batter's box and the pitching mound as that wind picks up again. Starting to get dug deep. I saw Grace Ricks in the last game really took her probably a couple innings to get her feet right in the pitcher's mound. And then once she did, she settled in nicely. That's a wild pitch there, moving Abby Tosick to second on that wild pitch. Runner in scoring position here for the Diamonds. Kersey will be looking to find a nice safe hit to the outfield to try and score Tosick. WA are playing quite shallow in the outfield. Just discussing the count here with the umpire, Grove. 1 ball, 1 strike. As that ball goes foul on the third baseline. It's always interesting to see the coach's strategies, Claire, when you got base runners on, what you do, when you put the bunt down, if you show the bunt, if you do a fake bunt, still 3. If you do a fake bunt slap, all coaches have different ways about it, and there's no wrong or right way. As that's fouled back. There's no wrong or right way until it doesn't work. That's the thing.
Exactly right. And what works one day might not work the next.
Exactly right.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Missing just up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Curcio.
Fouled back, out of play, heads up there. Great battle here between pitcher and batter.
Especially with that runner at second, adding additional pressure in the sight line of the catcher. How much do you find that bothers you when you're back there, seeing a runner and maybe having a peek at signals? Or
That's why I like them wristbands, Claire.
Yeah.
It eliminates any risk involved. Because you see it a lot that the runner at second does looking at your signals, and it's not the hardest thing to pick. But like we mentioned in the last game, a lot of teams here using them wristbands with multiple different sequences for each signal or pitch. And you can have multiple different, that's hit hard, out to the fence, bounces off the fence, Tosick rounding 3 into Schofield at short. Great hit there by Danny, scoring a run. That was close to going over. That was halfway up the fence. Great piece of hitting.
Off the bat, I thought she might have done it, but
Absolutely.
still a great piece of batting there by Dani Curcio.
Looks like they're making a change for her because she has looked like she's been hobbling around with maybe an injury or a niggling injury the last couple of days. So it looks like they're going to bring in Brianna Kimber, who did play last game for a pinch run, potentially staying in the game as the Diamonds get around Dani after a great piece of hitting. That was hit hard.
Sure was. No, and Tosic she was scoring on that from the get-go. She was motoring as soon as that ball was hit. Ball 1 to McCready now in the box, and we are getting the score updated, so it is actually 4-2 ACT's way. We had it right on the scoreboard in left center field, but our stream was showing a different score, but that is all right. It should be corrected now. One ball, one strike, the count. Great hands back there by Hayes. Keeps that runner at second, working hard for her pitcher, Bree Evans.
She's done that a few times now this game, saving some runs, or the base runner advancing.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count to McCready. Still none out here. And I tip my cap to you, Josh. On this instance, you had the count correct. I didn't. That was strike 3, so we now have the first out of the ACT at bat. So 1 away here in the top of the third. Runner at 2. First pitch to Paula Zaballero. Big swing, but little miss, and 1 strike, the count. High fly ball out to left field. Runners tagging, but the ball is to the left side of the field, so it would have been, she'd have to have been awfully quick to tag up and make it to third before that ball got thrown in.
Absolutely, and I know that Bree Kimber's actually got a little bit of a niggle with her legs, so I don't think she was willing to test that one.
What do they say? Discretion is the better side of valor. Sarah Nolan swings at the first pitch of her at bat, tips it into the glove for strike 1. 2 away now in the top of the third. 4-2 ACT's way. And I should mention at the, I think the changeover into the bottom of the inning will hand the headsets over to Will Mansfield, who will be interviewing Sarah Lowe for Some Things Softball, Some Things Waverly. but we'll get there when we get there. Pitch misses up and out for 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count on Nolan. Nolan hits toward third base. Jemima Rahman does get her glove to it, but can't come up with it, so it sneaks through. And we end up with runners now on the corners, and Kalani Selu as the next batter for ACT.
Diamonds looking to add another run here to their tally in the top of the third with 2 outs. That ball just misses low. ACT may be looking to do potentially a 1-3 squeeze, sending the runner from first. Potentially. We'll see what they come up with. Ball misses up high. Good eyes by Kalani. Having some good at-bats today. Last game had 2 cracking hits against New South Wales, and then last at-bat had a nice fly ball from memory. Nice line drive, which did get caught. She'll be looking to finish off her national campaign on a high note. That one's foul on the third baseline.
As I said yesterday, holy cow, the ball was foul, so move it over. A little bit of fun there, buddy?
Absolutely, a little bit of a giggle.
Here we go, we're focused. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Kalani Selu. Has a bit of a golf swing at that, but it does the job of advancing the runner from first to second. So 2 runners now in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Selu.
Nice rise ball by Bree Evans, getting Kalani to strike out on that one. ACT do score 1 run to make it a 4-2 ball game going into the bottom of the third.
So as mentioned, I think we might hand the headsets over. We've got Will Mansfield and Sarah Lowe joining us momentarily. We'll be right back at you in a moment.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Gilley Shield, held here at Waverley. It's Will Mansfield here. Glad to be joining you again, just for maybe an innings or 2. So we've got Sarah Rio in the box for WA. We're at the bottom of the third. ACT leading 4-2. Tioni Lamb pitching for ACT. So last time at bat, Rio had a triple. See if she can do that again in this innings. High ball there. So the call is 3 balls, 1 strike on Rio. And gets the walk. So I'd like to welcome, sitting next to me is the CEO of Softball Australia, Sarah Lowe. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you, Will. Great to be here.
So we'll talk a little bit of softball in between pitches and batters and things like that. So we have Liz Kuzminski up. The runner on first and none out. So beautiful day here, Sarah, once again at Waverley.
Yeah, we've been blessed with weather, haven't we, since the start of the tournament?
Yep. Quite warm. The sun's got a lot of heat in it.
And I've just been past an umbrella.
So fly out to 9 for the first out, which brings into bat Brianna Evans. Nice hit ball there.
Nice hit.
Popped out to left field, advancing Rio to second. Nice at bat there. So Sarah, how have you found this week here at Waverley with the under-14s and the Open Women, the Gilley Shield?
Yeah, I think it's been great having the tournament down here at Gels Park, and well done Waverley Softball Association and Softball Victoria for putting on great events and being wonderful hosts. I think everyone's having a great time. We've had some amazing competitions with really good games.
It's very close and we're getting down to the finals. In the later games today, the 1v2, 3v4, so every game is critical. So 1 down, just getting instructions from Coach McCabe. Jamie Lee Rowe, 2 strikes on her. And struck out there. Watching. 2 out, runners on first and second. And Willow Swinburne in the box. Coach McCabe just doing the pitcher speed up rule there. Brings in Hinchliff to first base to be the runner. Foul ball. Tioni pitching well here. Sister of Kendra Lamb. Another foul ball over to Diamond 9, where we see Tasmania are playing Queensland over there, and on Diamond 1 we've got Victoria playing New South Wales. Low ball there. Nice watch there by Willow. Fly ball, Abby Tosick. Great catch there by Abby Tosick in the foul. Good job there. That's for the third out. And we'll start the top of the fourth innings. ACT leading 4-2. So, Sarah, exciting times coming up in Softball Australia this year.
Yeah, look, it's, the countdown to LA is, what is it, about 1,280 days or 80-something
Not
days.
that you know.
not that I'm counting, but look, we've entered, as soon as Paris Olympics finished last year, we've entered a new quad cycle of LA. So this 4 years or less lead up is a really exciting time for everyone in softball and baseball. But I think especially for our Aussie Spirit team, as we have lots of things to prepare for this year. Big tournament series, and also the men, Aussie Steelers, about to go over to Canada in July to retain the World Cup from 23. So how absolutely amazing is that? I
Absolutely.
couldn't be prouder than to, of our men, and I know they're training hard. We've got our new Mike Tetheridge, our new Steelers coach as well. So lots of things that we're preparing for. So Mike and his team and the boys are, I know, very busily preparing for that.
Yep. And I was fortunate to have Reggie commentating with me the other day.
Yeah.
So we've got the first time we're in the Under-15 World Cup coming up as well.
Yes, that's very
mid-year.
exciting. I mean, when you think about it, the pathway, we've talked about this in the 18 months that I've been here, the pathway is very, very important. We have to make sure we're investing into our younger, boys and girls, giving them those opportunities on the world stage. I think the more experience they get on the world stage, and, imagine playing your first World Cup. Can it get any better?
In Italy.
In Italy, again. Yeah, they're going to love the hot weather.
Yeah, European summer. Good times there. Yeah, I know Reggie's very excited, and, it's only going to be the second World Cup for Under-15s. And what an amazing experience for these young athletes. And I know we've had selectors and people looking at the Under-14s this week. And then next week we've got the Under-16s over at Mirrabooka. So there's exciting times ahead for those young girls.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, what a great time to be in softball, just with the National Series. It kicked off with a bang in December up at, Downey Park. And what a great way to start the tournament series. And in our busiest period of time, summer comps are still going through the community pathways. So softball it's an exciting time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been a bit of a testament this week. I've been rapt to see the Under-14s regional nationals here, watching their idols in the Gilley Shield and aspiring to, one day play in the Open Women's at the Gilley Shield and going further to be a Spirit player.
Oh, absolutely. And, I just caught up with Stacey Porter before, and, we know that she's back in the off-season from Japan. And, having a presence like herself around here to really show the support not just of her favourite New South Wales team, but obviously to everyone. And I know that a lot of people go up to her and look up to her, and she's still playing at the highest level in Japan. And it's great to have those role models. And then you've got the current Spirit team here, whether some are injured or some are playing.
Yep.
Again, putting back exactly what they should be doing, putting back at the state level, fostering the next generation, because these girls have been on the international world stage, either representing Australia or playing in various countries, and the girls that are in this team, they haven't. So to have that presence around is absolutely critical, and this is what national tournaments do. Yeah,
and I've been seeing lots of the Under-14 kids asking for selfies with the current Aussie Spirit players, and we've got some Aussie Spirit players here who are injured or not playing, but they're here, as you said, asking them for autographs. And I know Stacey last night, she was on here with me commentating, and she spent a bit of time with our Vic Under-14 girls out the back last night having a good chat to them, and then we finished, we went up to the pavilion, and there was lots of people stopping Stacey for photos and stuff. So she's the goat of
she is absolutely the goat here at the moment, isn't she?
And she's very gracious and very time giving, which is great for the young ones and older. There's lots of spectators as well. That
just taken aback by the presence
of Stace,
which is great. And I mean, I don't want to boast, but I got asked by the scorers for a selfie before.
Did you?
So why are you laughing?
Oh dear. Well, you're not shy of a photo either. You're
well,
very
if someone
gracious.
asked for a photo, but
absolutely.
No, I love our scorers, and actually we had Angela Broadbent bring some of the history in, and I did want to talk about that before the girls get back on the diamond. But You know, the 21st of February 1965 was the inaugural International Softball Federation's Women's World Cup, and it was actually played at Albert Park in Victoria here, and Australia versus America, and we won 1-0. It is our only World Cup, but you know, this marks on the 21st of February this year the 60th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
And I was actually looking, getting back to the scorers, I actually got to see the score sheet from the 1965 World Cup. And because I'm still learning about, especially with scoring, it's a little bit technical. I love all the colours and what all the lines mean. And and I actually played one of the scorers the video, and she was able to pinpoint from the video to the score card, and I was just absolutely fascinated. And I got her to talk me through that winning run. And it was amazing how she wasn't even watching the video; she was just calling it, and it was matching the video. And
That's awesome.
So I do have an incredible amount of respect for our scorers, but
that is awesome.
I need someone to still teach me how to.
You just got to sit down there with them and get your old.
That's it.
We've got some right here, there, right in front of you. Actually, there's a score sheet right in front of you.
Well, I think some of the feedback was that, gee, Sarah, it hasn't changed much since that period.
Yeah, just a few little tweaks with
right,
different symbols and things that have changed, but. No, our statisticians are amazing, as are our umpires, the Blues out here. It's it's been a great week, and it's only going to get more exciting this afternoon when we start finals, and then obviously culminating tomorrow in the finals of the tournament.
Absolutely, and I do want to comment. We talked about Waverley and Softball Victoria here, but every single volunteer and all our umpires and the unsung heroes that put these tournaments together.
So Madison Tough, just foul before the fence. It's a nice hit there. She's had a few good hits this week. Brianna Evans pitching here. So Sarah and I'll do the 3 outs of this and then pass it back. I think I'm tonight with Cody Smith again, commentating. We're not sure who's going to be playing that yet. We'll have to wait to the standings, to the end of round 2 to see who's the 1v2, 3v4. Everyone's playing at the moment. So Madison Tuff's last at bat, she had a single and then was out on the bunt. And I'm just going to try and check the scores between Victoria and New South Wales. And they're at the bottom of the 4 and it's 0-0. So a really tight game down there on Diamond 1. And on Diamond 9, we have Tasmania versus Queensland. Oh, there's a great take there. That's a nice out there. A Rahman over to first. Good take there at first base. So the bottom of the 4th on Diamond 9 as well, we've got Queensland versus Tasmania, and Queensland are leading 1-0. So very tight games here. So you've been learning the game, Sarah?
I have. My first lesson was with the ACT state team on literally week 1 when they taught me about bunting. And I absolutely love that part of the game. And that, I've had to do a lot of first pitches as well. So I was at the battery camp, as you know, and that was very exciting to learn. And I reckon I can pick a good change up nowadays. And we've been practicing at the office all the different types of pitches. Dear. So just so I'm not embarrassing myself each time on the first pitch.
Oh, that's gold.
Well, when you get the likes of, Kenny and
Yep.
Kaya, and Ellen, who I'm getting some personal lessons from and getting some tips.
Well, not bad coaches there.
No, not bad coaches at all.
So we've got Heidi Bell in the batter's box. 1 strike. Brianna knowing that, whoops, I didn't really mean that pitch. So Heidi Bell's 2 for 2, 2 singles at her 2 at-bats. Nice pitch outside there. Tess Henman. I used to, Tess Henman, who's been playing a long time for ACT. I remember her in the under-14s development camp back.
There you go. And it's great
I
to see them.
won't give my age away, but...
That was only a few years ago, right?
Yeah, it's only 2 years, yeah. Yeah, it's great to see her been through the system and ACT through and through. And a really lovely young lady as well.
And looking very comfortable up there as well.
Her last 2 bats were a ground out and a fly out. Let's hope she can see if she can get on this time.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be facing her.
No, well, last night we had a bit of heat on the pitches. Sarah Willis was pitching at 111 kilometres. Fouls that off.
So the future of our young pitchers are coming through.
Yep. And Brie actually, I worked with her when she was younger as well.
So I'm kind of seeing a common denominator here, Will. We've coached by the best here.
No, just me being a team manager, TMing. Henman pops it up. Shortstop taking it the end of the innings. We've got a bit of reprieve at the moment. We've got a bit of cloud coming over, which is lovely. And is there anything else you'd like to share with the viewers, Sarah, before we handball the mics back?
Look, just come on down. Come down if you're in Victoria and, support our young women here, young girls and women playing, in the biggest tournament for them, for the year. So Waverley Park, down here at Gilley Park, is my local area.
Yes.
Mum and Dad still live in the area, and so this is local to me. And let's see if we can get how many people we can get down over the next couple of days, especially for tomorrow's finals.
Yep, we had a very big crowd last night, the Queensland and Vic game, and it looks like it's going to be a nice night tonight. So if you finish work, come down. I know a lot of you are watching on Spacequake, so and on the Softball Victoria page. So it's going to be a beautiful afternoon. Drop into Waverley here. It's free. And there's plenty of places to sit and watch great softball. So thank you, Sarah, for joining me. And no doubt you'll enjoy lots of more softball in the next 24 hours.
Will do, and absolutely my pleasure.
Thanks, everyone. We will pass back, and in between the innings here, and I see that Mana's coming into pitch from Japan, who I call the smiling pitcher.
Welcome back, sports fans, and thank you to Will Mansfield and Sarah Lowe for changing the sound of the game as we get back into things here. Catcher for WA, as I get reorganized, Ashlyn Hayes grounds out for the first out of the bottom of the fourth, which brings back to the plate in uniform 80, Jemima Rahman. Two strikes, the count to Rahman. One away here in the bottom of the fourth. ACT are still up 4-2 over WA. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Mana climbs the ladder and gets batter swinging for strike 3 and the second out of the inning. Now at the plate for WA, Tara Lee Hopkins. First pitch missing just in. WA drums as they've been banging away all week. Today is nothing different. Every time they come up to bat, they certainly have a spiritful dugout. Hopkins fouls another one off, brings the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, bottom of the inning. Missing just down and out there. Fouls that one back. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. And we'll let Joshy Boy have his lunch before he gets back to work. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Hopkins. Mana Arai, swing and a miss, but the batter doesn't realize that the ball was dropped. And Paula Zaballero capitalizes. She gets to the ball quickly and plays first base for the drop K2, and that will wrap up the 4th inning. So we'll have a look here at that final out. There were 2 strikes on the batter, so with a swing and miss, that became a strike, but then it tipped its way out of the catcher's glove, so the ball remains alive. Had the batter noticed that the ball had squirted away from Paula behind the plate, she might have been able to make her way down to 1, but on this occasion, no bueno. So into the top of the 5th we steam. Leading things off here in the top of the 5th for ACT in uniform 18, Abigail Tosick. She sees the first one well for ball 1. One ball, one strike. Tosick puts this one up to shortstop, who makes a throw over to first base for the 6-3 second out of the inning. Beg your pardon, first out of the inning. That was our first batter. And joining me once again, Steelers cap 123, Joshua McGovern. Welcome, Josh.
Thanks for having me back.
How was lunch?
Terrific.
Yep.
Lovely softball. Do
What'd you have?
great canteen. I had a nice chicken wrap this morning.
Oh, sneaky chicky wrap.
Washing it down with a sun kiss. I do love a fizzy bubbly.
Indeed, I've heard that.
Yeah.
And it looks as though Chris McCabe is expanding the lineup back to 10. So through the first better part of 5 innings, the pitching had been done by Brianna Evans. They had suspended the flex and brought Brianna Evans in, so she was both batting and pitching. Now Bree is no longer pitching, and Alyssa Charter-Smith has come in.
Also looks like a re-entry for the ACT with Danny Curcio coming in. Brianna Kimber did come in to run for her after her hit back in the 3rd innings. Danny will be looking to get back on base for ACT to start a little bit of a rally here, 1 down. That one just misses a little bit low. Great day out here at Waverley softball. Get on down here if you're not here by now.
Get amongst it.
Free entry, great canteen, and better softball. Just nick that one back. Great to see the talent on show all week. Can cast my eye over seeing selectors casting their eye over every single game, not missing a single pitch. Obviously national teams to be selected from these tournaments. So that ball misses low. If I'm to be corrected, I still think the head coach role's still up for grabs.
That's
With
my
the
understanding
departure
as
of Lang
well.
Harrow,
Yep.
good opportunity for someone to come into that role, as that's hit deep into left field, but comfortably under is the left fielder. That's 2 nice hits from Danny. She did, if I recall, back in the 3rd innings, hit one off the top of the fence for a double. Seeing the ball quite well. That brings into the box Sam McCready.
Oh, McCready is able to punch that through to the outfield. The 3rd base player and shortstop just kind of trying to get behind the ball. It tips from one, and because they were both committed, it goes past the other. So she gets aboard. Now bringing ACT's catcher up to the plate, Paula Zaballero.
I do have a score update for Diamond 1 between Victoria and New South Wales. Looks like they're in a bit of a heat break. So they must have just finished the 5th innings, which I can see, and New South Wales are winning 1-0. I don't want to put the curse on, but it looks like whoever's pitching for New South Wales is throwing a no-hitter at the moment. So another tight game. That one's fielded by the pitcher. Quite pumped up after that one. 3 outs there. Going into the bottom of the 5th, WA do trail from ACT 4 runs to 2. They'll be looking to get on the board here. I have noticed since we've been away there has been a pitching change for the ACT.
Yes.
Their import. I'll let you pronounce her name.
Well, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I'm going with Mana Arai. Came in relief of Tioni Lamb.
I think you nailed that one on the head.
It's because I have such a good helper sitting next to me.
Yeah. The second strongest helper. She's pitched quite well this week. Obviously from Japan, plays on Kaya Parnaby's team over in Japan. Has a good change-up, good rise ball, mixes her speeds up. And typical Japanese pitcher, hitting very good spots, doesn't miss down the middle.
Yeah.
Trying to get weak contact.
Fun fact, one of the senior umpires on the crew, James English, has, I think, a primary understanding of Japanese and has spoken to her a couple of times with his basic understanding of her native language. So kudos to James for that, but kudos to Schofield for ripping that one over the head of Tosick at third into left field, and Schofield gets herself aboard.
Tosick did well to get a bit of glove on that one. That was hit incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Nice piece of hitting by Schofield, who's been seeing the ball like a watermelon so far today. Brings up to the batter's box, Sarah Rio. Strike one on her. WA looking to move this runner potentially to second base and saw in position. Runs are hard to come by, as it has been all week. Pitching quality is top notch. She slats that down. Tosick fields it. Not in time.
Kind of
piece of hitting and running there by Sarah.
Yeah, she was on her way, but Tosick did well to recover it. It looked as though the ball, you can see it here on the replay, kind of rolled up, and she corrals it just to keep it in front of her. So she did well to even, I think, get the throw away, but it just wasn't in time. So runners now at first and second for WA. And as always, Mana Arai has a smile on her face. And to anybody watching back home, we'll watch this play, but with the other games going on, do you have a score update for the diamond out behind us?
It looks like Tassie and Queensland. Not too sure about that one.
Well,
I don't pay the subscription for iScore. I'm a bit of a tight ass.
Are we allowed to say that on here? I mean, it happened. We said it, you know. Let's have a look. I don't pay for it either, but we'll see what we can find out.
We can definitely hear them from here.
Yep.
Tassie have been looking to finish their tournament strong. Unfortunately, not winning enough games to make it to the finals, but awesome to see them here again 2 years in a row. And Queensland look to build some momentum going into their finals later on today. It's all about momentum in this game. And you want to keep winning or taking the positives out of games. Ball's hit deep left field. Kalani Selu tracking back. Great catch. Runners tagging up from second. Not in time. Great catch by Kalani Selu in left centre field.
Great read. She did so well to get to that ball. That's what a Battery wants to see that kind of effort in the outfield on plays like that.
Absolutely. Good bit of hitting too. Just found the fielder, but does advance the runners to third and second with only one out. So the dangerous Bree Evans up to bat. Watching her before she can hit a big ball. As that's a nice change up for strike one.
Now, if I-score is anything to go by, over on the diamond behind us, they are in the top of the third, which would surprise me, but it is possible, and the score on I-score is showing 0-all. So Queensland v Tasmania is apparently still tied at 0. Tight game back there.
3 tight games going on. That's a beautiful pitch. Striking out Bree Evans. Crucial out there for the ACT Diamonds. 2 outs. She'll be looking to get this third out with no damage, as it is 4 runs to 2 at the moment in the bottom of the 5th. Great game so far, just like every other game today has been and throughout the week. Foul ball there that just got in tight. She did well to get some bat onto that.
As a catcher, Josh, would you say when you've got a left-handed batter who has a penchant for slap bunting or bunting, are you looking to come up and in, try to get in on the hands, or what's the strategy there?
Well, I don't want to give all my secrets out, Claire, in case there's some watchers or viewers, I must say, listening in to this stream. I'll keep that one close to me, but I would think that the shortstop and second base, I'd like them to come inside the diamond and then bring my outfielders in maybe a little bit, obviously not too far, because you don't want it to be slapped over their head, and then potentially both runs do score.
And I would say you've hit the nail on the head, because from that bird's eye view shot, if we go back to it, if we get back to it, then you can certainly see that it looks like that is the setup that ACT is working with here. Infielders are well in, or sorry, the outfielders are well in from the fence.
Nice pitch there, but the batter did well to make solid contact. It went foul. We're looking to put ball in play here and make something happen. Beautiful day out here at Waverley. I think I picked a pretty good weekend to leave Canberra, because it looks like it's pretty wet there at the moment, Claire.
Yeah, it has, I think, been raining pretty well all week in the Sydney area as well. So you and me both enjoying the sun. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good battle here between pitcher and hitter. ACT will be very keen to get this out and not let any runs cross the plate.
And as before, after the 3rd inning, this being the 5th, we'll take a 5-minute break on the swing and a miss strike 3 there. So playing under the heat policy, we will be back in 5 minutes. We'll see you then. back at it again here on Diamond 2. Game 38, ACT versus WA at the 2025 Gilley Shield Open Women's National Championships. Charter Smith now pitching for WA. Opens the inning against Nolan, 2 balls thrown. Nolan fouls one off. Hayes not quite quick enough to get to it. Puts in a good effort, but that drops for a foul ball. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Claire Ostring here with the leopard print umbrella. Sitting next to me, Josh McGovern. As Nolan hits it out to center field. But WA center fielder Sarah Rio gets her glove underneath it to make the grab.
And that brings up Kalani Selu, the 9-hole hitter for the ACT Diamonds. The score 4-2 the Diamonds' way, top of the 6 innings. That runs high. This is high again. Good eyes here by Kalani Selu. 2 balls, 1 strike. I'm pretty sure it is. 3 balls, sorry.
That was my turn. I had 3 balls on
You
the
did.
scoreboard, but
And swinging again on 3 balls. Pops up to Kuzminski at second base. That's a quick 2 outs for the Flames. Brings up Madison Tough, may I say, the leadoff hitter for the ACT Diamonds. They're looking to get something going with a 2-down rally here. Charter Smith doing a good job holding down the ACT Diamond lineup. As that ball's fouled off to first base. Score update on Diamond 1. Victoria has just tied the game 1-1 with runners at 3 and 2. Well, first and second, may I say, sorry. Finds a second strike. That one's fouled off behind the catcher. I can see New South Wales got out of that jam over on Diamond 1. 1-1 going into the bottom of the 6. Tight game over there. Here on Diamond 2, we have the ACT Diamonds leading WA Flames 4-2 in the top of the 6. ACT looking to finish their tournament off on a high note with a win after a tough loss against New South Wales this morning. That one just goes foul on the third baseline. Good at bat here by Madison Tough. Madison Tough plays the game in the right spirit. I've seen her play at home. Right spirit, she's tough, mind the pun, but she does play the game competitively in the right spirit. She's a hostess for when the Royals came. The King came to Australia not too long ago. She was the plane hostess, a fun fact.
oh,
So I think that'd be a pretty cool job.
it
But
would.
it beats plumbing, that's for sure.
My sister is a flight attendant, actually, with Air Canada. And she's taken her daughter a trip or two, even coming to Australia to visit with me. It's only ever for 24 hours, but Tough
Beats it out.
Legs
Good running
out.
there. She is a quick runner. Good on her feet. Quick on her feet. Hopefully starting a bit of a rally here for the ACT Diamonds with 2 outs. That brings up to bat Heidi Bell, who had a safe bunt last time she was up to bat. Just doesn't get that ball in time to second base. Schofield, from shortstop Schofield. It was a hard hit ball, tough play, just fumbled out of her glove. Brings up Tess Henman, the centre fielder for the ACT Diamonds.
Swing and miss by Henman evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still 2 away here, but runners at 1 and 2 for ACT. Does the trick. The first and second baseman both came towards the ball, so there wasn't anybody actually on the base. But somebody had to grab it, and the result being that Tess Henman gets herself aboard.
Did she get up the baseline quick? That was impressive.
She sure did.
That brings up Abby Tosick as the Flames are having a little bit of a meeting just to discuss a few things.
Yep.
Tosick had a 2 RBI hit last game against the New South Wales Fire Stars. The only 2 runs they did score. Looking to cash in on this opportunity with 2 outs. Bit of a rally started here from the Diamonds after the first 2 batters were retired. That one misses just low enough. Nice eyes there by Tosick. Making a 2 balls, 1 strike count.
Good discipline on that pitch, because it did look like it was within reach, but it wasn't an ideal ball to hit. Watches that one though for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Tosick. She'll be looking to just get to first base, because a hit or a walk scores a run. Charter Smith certainly fired up after that pitch.
Nice pitch there by Charter Smith, striking out Abby Tosick to get out of a base-loaded jam. WA Flames will be looking to get something going here in the 6 innings, because it is getting quite late with only 6 outs to score these 2 runs, to at least send it to extras or to win the game. Diamonds, on the other hand, will be looking to get each out as they come, not looking too far into the future.
And of note, it looks as though WA and maybe the gals who were here at halftime, they may have noted and reported, but we've got uniform 97 Sophie Lawrence now catching to Mana Arai. So leading things off in the bottom of the 6th inning for Western Australia in uniform number 10, Willow Swinburne. Swings at the first pitch. And the ACT infield obliges, gathers the ball, and makes the play to 1 for the first out. Now in the box for Western Australia, the catcher, Ashlyn Hayes. Mana Arai smiling as she does, knowing, oh, yep, that pitch missed just down. Not a problem, she says, I'll adjust. And Hayes fouls that one back for strike 1. Hayes, yeah, go.
That one's grounded out to second base. Madison Tuff, who throws it over to Sarah Nolan for the second out of the innings.
So 2 away for WA now. They have 4 outs to play with to try to score 2 runs. As strike 1 is dealt to Jemima Rahman. She fouls the next one off, so no balls, 2 strikes the count now. Two out here for WA, 2 strikes on the batter. WA trailing by 2. Rahman punches it past the first baseman and gets herself a single. So looks like we have a pinch hitter here for WA. Batting in place of Tara Lee Hopkins. Now entering the game in uniform 70, Shelby Watts. Takes the first pitch for strike 1 with 2 out, 1 runner aboard at first base. Good aggressive jump out there at 1. But the ball's fouled back, so Jemima heads back to first. 2 strikes now on Shelby Watts. Oh, great grab by ACT shortstop. Heidi Bell just fades to her right, to the left side of the field, and makes the backhanded grab. We might see the replay here. Just gets on the move, leaps at the last moment, helps the battery out, and makes that 3rd out.
Terrific range there by Heidi Bell. Quick score update there on Diamond 1 for those not following over there. New South Wales has just hit the lead back from a big hit from Shaylin Watman, I'm pretty sure her
Watman.
last- Watman, yep. She had a RBI double to the fence, making it 2-1 over Victoria going into the top of the 7th. We'll try and get you a score update for the Queensland-Tasmania game. For the Diamonds in the top of the 7th, we've got Danny Curcio leading off. Already with a big hit this game, hitting the top of the fence, bouncing back in for a double. She'll be looking to get on base any way she can. ACT will be looking to add on to their score of 4-2. That ball's just missed inside. You can see Charter Smith quite pumped up and fired up ever since she's coming into the game. She's done well to shut out ACT Diamonds. Another big hit down the left field line, which goes foul.
One of the more animated pitchers to work in the circle. One ball, one strike, the count. Bit of a miscue there, or perhaps a misgrip, but 2 balls, 1 strike now on ACT's Curcio. Fouls another one away for 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just confirmed there by plate umpire Debbie Grove. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count and the pitch. Curcio fouls that one back. Good battle going between her and Charter Smith.
Absolutely, ACT looking to finish their tournament off strong with a win, and WA looking to record their first win of the week. They have been competitive in all their games, just some results not going their way. They'll be looking to finish their week off on a high note too, as that's grounded out to third, which is a loose throw from third base when the first base couldn't gather it in. So Danny is safe at first base. Looks like we've got another change here. Looks like Caitlin McCready's coming in to run for Danny.
And I think that is the second time Curcio has been substituted for, so that will be the day for her. So now running at first base for ACT, wearing uniform 7, Caitlin McCready, and in the box, in uniform 46, Samantha McCready. Still none out here for WA. McCready shows bunt, but McCready at first base has to retreat. McCready batting, fouls one off, showing bunt again. 1 ball, 1 strike the count, which means McCready at first again must retreat. I won't say it again, but the exact same thing just happened. We all know what it said. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
That ball's just gone foul, and I do have an update in the Tasmania-Queensland game, thanks to my mother. Ashley just messaged me through.
Thanks, ma'am.
Looks like it's the bottom, it's probably top of the 7 now. It's 3-1 to Queensland.
And back to our game, 2 balls, 1 strike. Another one fouled off by McCready holding McCready at first. How many McCreadys are there?
There's 2 girls, just Caitlin and Samantha. And then obviously Richard and Sally, their mother and father coaching.
Good discipline there shown by Samantha. 2 balls, 2 strikes. None away, runner at 1. Charter Smith misses upstairs there, brings it to a full count. Full count here, none out, runner at 1. Charter Smith slaps her glove with effort as they retire the first out of the inning.
And as mentioned before, Sophie Lawrence has come into the game as catcher. Up to bat now with 1 out for ACT Diamonds. Foul ball getting Debbie in the shoulder. That's got to hurt Claire from experience. I'm sure you've been hit many times.
Indeed.
And I've seen Debbie get hit a lot of times.
So many times. She is one of the toughest umpires.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see,
and
she's
one
fine.
of the best.
Yeah.
I don't have my favourites, but she'd be up there. As Alan comes down to check on Debbie. I know as a catcher it doesn't feel nice. We've got the same protection.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter how much protection you got.
No, that's exactly
You're
right.
still going to get hit
Yep.
wherever you don't have it.
It's the nature of the job for catchers and plate umpires, and another little badge of honor there probably. She doesn't bruise even. That's the trouble. I bruise a lot.
Yep.
But we're back into it.
As that one hits Sophie Lawrence on the ankle. It's got to sting a little bit, but she's running up to first base just fine. That advances Caitlin McCready to second base with 1 out, brings Sarah Nolan up to bat. Sarah will be looking to get a nice bit of contact here to increase the Diamonds' lead of 4-2. As that ball misses down low. Looks like New South Wales have finished their game against Victoria 2-1. So New South Wales going to the 1 versus 2 game undefeated. Looking like it'll be against South Australia from memory, which sets up a cracker of a game. I'm really looking forward to that game, Claire. I don't know about you.
Absolutely am.
Both finals are going to be absolute crackers of games.
Yep.
With some high quality softball, especially the pitching. As that goes foul for all 4 teams. All 4 teams have more than just the 1 ace.
And I think you assessed correctly earlier in the game here, but I don't think many of definitely not the top 2, but probably not the top 4, have really shown their guns yet. So it will be great to see.
Absolutely, and I'm expecting a big crowd with Victoria in the later of the games.
Yep.
Just like last night, big crowd. I expect a big crowd coming into Waverley. So if you're around, stick on by. Drop in, say hi. Oh, that one's fouled off.
So 2 strikes, the count on Nolan. 1 away here with runners at 1 and 2. ACT get into the rhythm of things, cheering their batter on. That pitch misses just inside the WA dugout. Really wanted it, but Debbie says no dice. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Beg your pardon, 2 balls, 2 strikes, says Debbie. bit of a funny sounding hit, but play on, and it advances runners to second and third. And because we have Sophie Lawrence catching, there's now a temporary runner for her out at second base, who looks like Samantha McCready in 46.
Correct. That did look like it got off the handle of the bat. That's what made that funny sound.
Yeah.
That always tickles. We saw it in the last game with New South Wales. Shaylin got one that took a couple minutes for her to get feeling back in them fingers.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel nice. Runners on 3 and 2 here for the Diamonds. Colonia will be looking to get some ball in play here and potentially scoring 2 runs for ACT. It's a nice swing on that one, but goes foul behind the catcher. Charter Smith will be looking to get this final out to get WA Flames into bat in the bottom of the 7th to try and either send this to extras or to win the game. So that's popped up to first base, but second base actually comes over and covers it and calls mine and takes the catch for the third out. So we're heading into the bottom of the 7th. ACT Diamonds leading 4-2 over WA Flames, needing to score at least 2 runs to keep this game going, or 3 runs for the win. They're looking for their first win of the week. ACT 3 outs away from recording the win and finishing on a high note. Something I've noticed when they're taking the warm-up pitches, Claire, is a few of the bench players like to come out and talk to the catcher. I know personally I just have another catcher take them for me to save all the energy I can.
I'm all about conservation of energy.
Absolutely. When if you're someone like me and you got to save every little bit of energy you have, because there's not much of it going around.
You have to use it when needed.
Absolutely. So WA Flames up to bat here with their leadoff hitter Maddie Schofield, who's had a couple hits from memory this game. She'll be looking to get on base and start a rally here for WA. That one's hit hard
And
to
she
shortstop.
does.
Errored there by Heidi Bell. That's a tough hop. Just getting past her. Kalani Sello gals it in and stops her at 1. Bit of a tough play there, whether to go in or go back for the shortstop.
Yep.
There was a bit of an in-between and tough play there. So WA have done what they wanted, getting their lead off on, getting the start they wanted.
Sarah Rio now in the box for WA. Takes strike 1 for the first pitch of her at bat.
Sorry, I have been corrected. New South Wales did lose a game yesterday afternoon against Tasmania. I was watching that one too. It was a great game. Tasmania came out of the blocks firing with 6 runs in the first innings. That's why my mother's a life member of ACT now, because she's always on the ball.
Holding you to account. Yep. Well done, Kim. Thank you.
So that ball goes foul on the third base line.
So 2 strikes on Sarah Rio in the box for WA, with Madison Schofield running at first. And the ball just sneaks under the glove of Heidi Bell. So 2 runners now aboard for WA.
Smart by Coach McCready here. Just cooling them off a bit, taking their time, slowing the momentum down. Where WA has started the 7th innings with their bats firing. 2 hard hits to the left side with runners on 1 and 2. Looking to get something going here. Chasing 2 runs.
And it's tough with, I have to admit, the heat breaks that we take as a matter of protection for dehydration and that kind of athlete maintenance after the third, fifth, and seventh innings, but we've had 2 here. It sometimes, I think, may impact. Speaking of impact, bat on ball, that ball went a long way, but unfortunately for WA, just foul. But what are your thoughts on that, Josh? Do you think the heat breaks can take the wind out of the sails of a team that are doing well, forging ahead?
Definitely does play a factor. It slows the game right down, plays into a team probably down in the game, where if you're winning, you want to keep that momentum going, the pace of the game going. But you've got to learn to adapt to things like that. There's that, or the other side of it, if there's rain delays, you've got to always be in the game.
Yep, exactly.
There's always delays happening in our game. You've got to be switched on for the whole 7 innings, and that's why it's a tough mental game. It's popped up to Heidi Bell, infield fly, the umpire's hands go up, and that is out number 1 for the Diamonds, caught there by Heidi Bell, which brings up the starting pitcher, Brianna Evans.
So speaking of the infield fly rule, Josh, talk us through the requirements for it.
The requirements are we have runners on at least first, second, or first, second and third.
Yep.
We have less than 2 out, and it's if the umpires deem that it's an infielder's fly ball and they can get to it and catch it.
With ordinary effort?
Well, yes, with at least effort shown, then it is deemed infield fly, so the batter's automatically out. I have seen in the past, I've seen in baseball, which it's different, that they don't have that rule, and they purposely drop it to do the double play.
Indeed.
Which I think it's a very good rule.
So just had a funny little moment down the fence on the third base side there. Kalani Selu tracked the ball all the way over, and her glove fell off as she came into contact with the fence and had to retrieve her glove, but we've gotten back underway now, and 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Bree Evans. And well done, Josh, for knowing.
Thank you. I wasn't umpire back in my day. I did get to level 2.
I heard that rumor.
As Bree Evans has struck out on a high pitch, nice little rise ball it looked like. Umpiring was fun. I don't think I could do the level that you're quiet at, Claire, but I had a crack at it. I enjoyed it when I was little, a little bit of extra pocket money for anyone looking to earn a little bit of extra money. Umpiring's a great way to get into the sport. And the players are always very friendly and agreeing with you, especially myself. Yeah.
Always a peach.
Yeah. Always, never a boring game.
Never. You know what? You're not wrong.
2 outs now for ACT. And that's touched Tossic's glove in fair territory. And trick was foul, but that counts as a hit. So loaded bases here for WA Flames with their first baseman coming up.
And we may get to see that hit again. Or we might not.
Bit of a jam here for the Diamonds with 2 out, loaded bases.
2 out, bases loaded.
Looks like maybe Sarah came off the base, maybe. I'm not too sure. We'll have to look at that replay if it comes back up. But anywho, Tossick has gotten the out at third, which means ACT Diamonds have won the game and finished their week on a high note. Here's the replay here. Looks like umpire Stewie has deemed that Tossick got there before Sarah did at third base. So that's ended the game, ended ACT's week on a high note, Claire. They've done well.
They certainly have, and kudos to both teams for another great contest here at Waverley.
Absolutely.
The final score, ACT Diamonds 4, and the WA Flames. Now I've got 3, but I think it is 3 because they scored a run prior to the last out. We will confirm before we sign off. And that is why we have statisticians, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Helen, behind the desk. So confirming the final score on the game, 4-2 in favor of ACT. So after all that, Josh, the next game here on Diamond 2, I mean, the schedule says 2:30, but because the game has only just finished, I think probably we're more likely to start at 2:40. I don't want to set that in stone because there are people higher up than I who make those choices. But to my knowledge, it will be around, it'll be around 2:30. And that next game, WA now has the doubleheader backing up and battling it out with Tasmania. So, after all that, Josh McGovern, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And I am Claire Ostring, not Ostrich, signing off for now. Thanks for stopping by.